Stop. Right now. That mindset you're carrying into 2026, it's weak. It's soft. It's lazy. It whispers excuses while the clock is screaming opportunity. You cannot win with hesitation. You cannot dominate with comfort. You cannot rise while holding on to fear disguised as security. Every second you waste thinking, maybe I'll try tomorrow, is a second someone else is stealing your future. Pain doesn't wait. Dreams don't pause. The world doesn't slow down for those who fold under pressure. Do you want to be average? Do you want to look back and see a year lost because you played it safe? Weakness has a price. It collects slowly, quietly, until it owns you. And when it does, no one cares. No one remembers the intentions, the almost, the could-have-beens. The difference between someone who breaks barriers and someone who breaks promises to themselves is brutal. Discipline, obsession, relentlessness. You cannot bargain with greatness. You cannot negotiate with excellence. Either you step in fully or you step aside. Your thoughts are a battlefield. Your mind can be your ally or your enemy. The moment you doubt, the moment you rationalize, the moment you slow down, you lose. You lose every inch, every moment, every opportunity. So watch closely. Watch your habits. Watch your actions. Because entering 2026 with hesitation is the fastest route to regret. Pain will come. Failure will knock. People will laugh at your ambition. But those who survive are not the ones who avoid struggle. They are the ones who embrace it, who stare it in the eye and say, not today, not today, not tomorrow, not ever. If weakness is your companion. Strength doesn't wait for comfort. Strength doesn't negotiate. Strength demands everything. Your time is now. Your mindset is your weapon. Carry anything less into 2026 and you will fail. The clock is ticking. The world is moving. Your mind decides your fate. Stop right now. That mindset you're carrying into 2026, it's weak. Stop for a moment and look at yourself. Really look. The mindset you carry right now, the thoughts that quietly run your day, the excuses you tell yourself while the world moves forward, this is either the weapon that will forge your destiny or the anchor that will drag you into mediocrity. Weak mindsets destroy futures. They don't just slow you down. They kill momentum. They quietly whisper, not today, maybe tomorrow, I'll try later, until years have passed and you realize the opportunity is gone. The mind is the battlefield, and every second you allow hesitation, every second you entertain doubt, is a victory for weakness. Weakness doesn't announce itself. It doesn't scream. It creeps in. It disguises itself as comfort. It wears the mask of rationality and practicality and patience. It convinces you that playing it safe is smart, that avoiding the hard path is clever. But there is nothing smart about allowing your potential to rot while the world demands action. Every time you rationalize your inaction, every time you tell yourself, I'm fine for now, you're making a choice that costs more than you think, a choice that your future self will hate you for. Weak mindsets do not negotiate. They do not allow excuses to survive. They eat intention. They feed on indecision. They turn dreams into fantasies and potential into regret. You feel like you have time. You feel like tomorrow is guaranteed. But tomorrow is not guaranteed, not for anyone. And the weak, the hesitant, the distracted, they pay first. They pay in lost opportunities, in fading confidence, in moments that cannot be reclaimed. Every day you waste nurturing doubt. Every day you allow fear to whisper its lies. Your future erodes like sand slipping through your fingers. You can feel it if you are honest. That knot in your stomach when you know you're capable of more, that burning in your chest when you settle for less, that frustration that whispers, you're better than this. That is truth. That is reality confronting your weakness. You can run from it. You can pretend it isn't there, but it will not stop. Weak mindsets destroy futures because they are invisible assassins. They attack in silence. They dismantle courage slowly. They break your focus. They erode discipline. They make excuses feel like wisdom and inaction feel like strategy. And you, if you are not vigilant, will wake up one day and realize your life is a reflection of what you allowed yourself to think, of what you allowed yourself to accept. The harsh truth is that nobody else is responsible. No one will shake you awake. No one will force you to step into discomfort. No one will make you fight. Weakness does not wait. It does not sympathize. It does not forgive. Every day you linger in hesitation, every time you choose comfort over growth, weakness wins another battle. But it is not too late. Not if you decide here and now to confront it. Not if you stare it in the eye and refuse to comply. Not if you become the person who recognizes that the mind is the ultimate weapon or the ultimate enemy, that your thoughts dictate your reality, and that the cost of weakness is far greater than the pain of effort. Every day you choose strength, you dismantle weakness. Every thought you sharpen. Every decision you force yourself to make. Every action you take in defiance of hesitation chips away at the chains that would destroy your future. But the moment you slip, the moment you rationalize, the moment you accept less than you are capable of, the chains tighten again. Weak mindsets destroy futures because they are relentless, they are merciless, they are patient, they wait, and when you are unprepared, they strike, leaving nothing but what ifs and regrets. And if you are awake, if you are aware, if you are willing to fight, you see it. You see the line between potential and decay. You see the cost of inaction. You feel the urgency deep in your chest. You know that you cannot enter another day without confronting it, because the moment you carry weakness forward, the moment you allow your mind to settle, the moment you hesitate, your future begins to crumble. Stop for a moment and look at yourself. Really look. The mindset you carry right now, the thoughts that quietly run your day, the excuses you tell yourself while the world moves forward, this is either the weapon that will forge your destiny or the anchor that will drag you into mediocrity. The moment you hesitate, the moment you pause, the moment you question yourself, you lose. Not tomorrow, not later, not when it's convenient. You lose right now. Hesitation is the enemy of greatness. It doesn't knock politely. It doesn't wait for your schedule. It doesn't care if you're almost ready or if you think you have a plan. Hesitation is a predator circling quietly, waiting for you to stall, waiting for you to doubt, waiting for the instant you allow uncertainty to creep in. Every second spent wondering, every fraction of a moment spent debating, every whisper of fear that convinces you to wait, those are victories for weakness. Greatness cannot survive hesitation. It cannot breathe where doubt lingers. It cannot thrive in a mind that tolerates delay. You think time is on your side. You think the world will pause for your readiness. You think tomorrow is yours to claim. But hesitation steals it all. It steals momentum. It steals opportunity. It steals confidence. Every time you slow down, every time you rationalize your inaction, every time you say, I'll wait, you give someone else your future. And the worst part, you do. Quietly. You do it politely. You do it while pretending you're being wise. But there's no wisdom in hesitation. There is no strategy in delay. There is only loss. Look closely at the people who succeed. Look at the people who dominate their fields, who leave everyone else behind. They are not smarter. They are not luckier. They are not blessed with perfect timing. They act fast. They act relentlessly. They make the move before the fear can settle, before the doubt can speak, before hesitation can lock its claws into their spine. They fail sometimes, yes. They fall, they stumble, but they rise faster, sharper, stronger because they refuse to hesitate. Hesitation is the silent killer. It convinces you that patience is your ally when it is actually your executioner. It convinces you that thinking longer is better when it is actually slower, weaker, deadlier. Every almost and maybe is a tombstone of potential. Every delay is a choice you cannot undo. And you feel it. You feel the pull of hesitation. You feel the voice inside that says, I'll wait, I'll start later, I'll try when it's easier. That voice is lying. That voice is your enemy. That voice is what stands between who you are and who you were meant to become. Hesitation is invisible, but its effect is undeniable. It creeps into your body, your habits, your decisions, until your life is a reflection not of your capability, but of your timidity. Greatness waits for no one. Opportunity does not knock twice. The clock does not rewind, and yet you linger. You stall. You hesitate. And every moment you do, the window narrows, the edge dulls, the chance slips. Pain is better than regret. Action is better than hesitation. Movement is better than pause. Every time you doubt, every time you pause, every time you hesitate, you train yourself to accept less, to settle, to conform. Greatness cannot tolerate that, no. 1 second of hesitation can exist in the mind of a champion. Not one thought of doubt can linger in the heart of a warrior. Hesitation is a cancer. It spreads silently, consuming the boldness, the courage, the fire that fuels victory. The instant you hesitate, you are defeated. But the instant you act, the instant you move, the instant you step forward despite fear, doubt, discomfort, and uncertainty, you reclaim the battlefield. You reclaim your future. You reclaim yourself. The moment you hesitate, the moment you pause, the moment you question yourself, you lose. Not tomorrow, not later, not when it's convenient, you lose. Discipline is not optional. Discipline is not convenient. Discipline is not a suggestion you can follow when it suits you. Discipline demands everything, every thought, every action, every ounce of energy you have, and it punishes hesitation. It punishes half effort. It punishes laziness. It punishes comfort. The moment you decide to take the easy way, to cut corn, RS, to settle, to rest, you betray your own potential. Relentlessness does not forgive. Relentlessness does not negotiate. Relentlessness does not pause for excuses. It is merciless. It moves forward while you linger. It strikes while you hesitate. It conquers while you doubt. To be relentless is to accept no substitutes, no delays, no compromises. To be relentless is to embrace pain, to welcome discomfort, to seek the moments that terrify you and stare them down with a grin, knowing that every second of struggle is a second closer to dominance. The world will tell you to slow down, to pace yourself, to be reasonable, to avoid extremes. That world is weak. That world is soft. That world tolerates mediocrity. You are not built for mediocrity. You are not meant to drift. You are not meant to let your talent go to waste. Every time you skip discipline, every time you rationalize laziness, every time you let comfort infiltrate your habits, you are stealing from your future self. You are building regret instead of victory. You are teaching your mind that ease is acceptable and that effort is negotiable, and that is the death of greatness. Relentlessness demands sacrifices. It demands waking up before your body wants to. It demands grinding when the world sleeps. It demands doing the work nobody else is willing to do every day, over and over, without recognition, without applause, without pause. It demands a hunger so sharp it pierces every weakness, every distraction, every fleeting desire to quit. And make no mistake, you will feel pain. You will feel fatigue. You will feel moments where the world screams at you to stop. That is the test. That is the battlefield. That is where greatness is forged. Discipline is the fire, relentlessness is the hammer, and together they shape the impossible into reality. Weakness hates it. Laziness despises it. Excuses fear it. Every time you push past what your body, your mind, and your emotions tell you is enough, you break the chains of mediocrity. You destroy the illusions of limitation. You crush hesitation. You own the battlefield of your mind. But here is the brutal truth. Discipline and relentlessness are all-consuming. They demand sacrifices you may not want to make. They demand nights without rest, days without pause, moments without comfort, thoughts without hesitation. They demand that every fiber of your being is in the fight. They demand that when your mind screams for relief, your will responds with action. They demand that when the world doubts you, you show up anyway, louder, stronger, sharper, hungrier. There is no room for half measures. There is no tolerance for compromise. There is no mercy for softness. You either commit fully or you are left behind. You either take everything discipline and relentlessness offer or you surrender to mediocrity. Every day you waver, every day you hesitate, every day you rationalize, the cost rises. You feel it in your chest. You feel it in your guts. That tension, that burn, that pressure, that is life warning you. That is reality forcing you to make a choice. That choice is simple. Discipline and relentlessness demand everything. You either give it or you lose, and losing is permanent if you choose weakness. Discipline is not optional. Discipline is not convenient. Discipline is not a suggestion you can follow when it suits you. Discipline demands everything, every thought, every action, every ounce of energy you have, and it punishes hesitation. Pain is inevitable. Struggle is unavoidable. Everyone talks about success. Everyone wants the reward. Everyone dreams of glory, but very few are willing to pay the price. And make no mistake, the price is pain. It is relentless. It is unyielding. It does not negotiate. It does not pause for comfort. It does not wait until you are ready. Pain comes whether you want it or not, and struggle follows right behind it, demanding that you face it, demanding that you endure it, demanding that you rise while everything inside you screams to quit. Weak people flee from discomfort. They avoid the grind. They rationalize their fear. They tell themselves it is unnecessary, that it is too much, that there is another way. But strength is born only in the fire of difficulty, only in the battlefield of resistance, only when every fiber of your being is tested and you refuse to break. Struggle is the teacher nobody wants, but the only teacher that delivers real power. Every push beyond exhaustion, every moment you choose to fight when your body screams stop, every second you stare into the abyss of challenge without blinking, that is when strength is carved into your soul. The world will not hand it to you. No one will stand by and make the pain easier. No one will lift you through the struggle. You must walk it. You must endure it. You must stare down every ounce of doubt, every whisper of weakness, every temptation to surrender and push further. The pain will scream, it will claw at your mind, it will test your resolve, it will tempt you with the sweet, dangerous promise of ease. But strength does not come from ease. Strength does not come from comfort. Strength does not come from the moments when everything is simple, when the air is calm, when the path is clear. Strength is forged in storms. Strength is carved from struggle. Strength emerges only when you face the brutal truth: you are not strong yet. You are not ready yet. You are not enough yet. And the only way to change that is to embrace the pain, to welcome the struggle, to make it your ally instead of your enemy. Every bruise, every scar, every failure, every setback, every moment that shatters your confidence, every tear, every sleepless night, every burning ache in your muscles, every pounding pulse in your chest, they are the anvil and you are the steel. You shape yourself through resistance. You temper yourself through adversity. You transform yourself through relentless persistence when the world hopes you will crumble. Weakness hates struggle. Excuses fear pain. Comfort despises discomfort. But if you can endure, if you can persist, if you can fight when every instinct tells you to stop, you will emerge stronger, sharper, untouchable. Pain and struggle do not discriminate, but they reward those who refuse to quit, who refuse to soften, who refuse to accept less than everything. And you will feel it, that fire in your chest, that burning in your limbs, that voice that says, I cannot. That is the moment when strength is born. That is the moment when you become more than yesterday, more than what anyone expects, more than what you believed possible. You will face moments that feel impossible, moments that test everything you are, everything you know, everything you think you can endure, and you will survive them. You will conquer them. You will rise, because pain and struggle are not the enemy. They are the forge. They are the hammer. They are the relentless teacher that shapes the weak into warriors, the hesitant into conquerors, the ordinary into legends. Pain is inevitable. Struggle is unavoidable. Everyone talks about success. Everyone wants the reward. Everyone dreams of glory, but very few are willing to pay the price.